If you've never made applesauce before, this video is for you. Whether you're going to do it raw using the raw power of a Vitamix, or you're going to cook it by using the cooking pressure of an Instant Pot. Either way is going to be amazing. My wife and I decided to go to a local fruit farm to buy some apples because we wanted to make applesauce. Yes, I know it's not autumn or fall, but we wanted applesauce. So here we go. Giant bushel of apples. There was actually way more in here, but we got this for $12. That's it, 12 bucks. And why was it only $12? Because of this. Because it's not pretty enough to be on the runway with all the other apples. It's very sad. But we're gonna make applesauce out of it because we don't have any problem with little dimples in our apples. Let's go. This is nice because there's not a lot of prep work. You don't gotta peel them. Probably the most annoying part about making applesauce is peeling and coring the apples, but when you got it done this easy, it's makes it a heck of a lot more enjoyable to do. And of course, for this recipe, for the Instant Pot, we're going to be doubling the Vitamix recipe because the Instant Pot can hold more. We're going to be putting in 8 apples for the Instant Pot recipe and only 4 apples, which means we're going to have all the other ingredients in half. We're going to have the other ingredients for the Vitamix because it wouldn't be able to hold 8 apples all at once. Like I said, get chopping. Doesn't have to look pretty or be perfect. You don't have to have knife skills for this. Just friggin' chop them up. Who cares what they look like? They're all getting blitzed anyway. You're never gonna see those little dimples or bruises. Whatever, just chuck them in there. Please be careful with how you're chopping them and keep your fingers away from the blade so you don't chop anything off. For your health. Good idea to keep the cores around so you know how many apples you actually did. I'm a tad biased when it comes to the Vitamix because I know the Vitamix can handle this kind of stuff. I know that it'll taste good because I've done this all before. So I know that the recipe that I'm sharing with you right now is gonna be good no matter which way you do it, whether it's raw or whether it's cooked. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got 7 apples. Almost ready for the game here. Oh, here's the butthole one. See this one? Tiny little butthole. Poor thing never made it to the show. Funny. You see an apple with a butthole, you don't want it. But if you choose a watermelon with the smallest little butthole you can find, it's the sweetest thing, best watermelon you can find. Who knew, eh? I feel like I shouldn't be talking about buttholes this much. But here we are. And I am. And if you're my children or my wife, this is not a new conversation that we've ever had. So try having your kids in a grocery store say, "Hey Dad, I found the watermelon with the smallest butthole." That's something that you gotta explain, or hopefully you don't have to explain to people, but yet it happens. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 apples. That's what we're doing for the Instant Pot recipe. So this is where we're gonna use our Instant Pot. We're gonna take off the lid, and the most important step is start off with 1 cup of water so that things don't burn on the bottom. So in it goes, and the next step is we're gonna throw in the 8 apples we just chopped up. So in they go. And then of course, next step is lemons. Make sure that you roll your lemons because it loosens the juice. We're going to use the juice from 1 whole lemon. So here's half of it. And then we're going to squeeze in the other half of the lemon right now. And then next up is going to be our cinnamon and our allspice. The important thing here is that you're going to be using a lot more cinnamon than you are going to be using allspice. So for this particular recipe, we're going to use a full teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and we're going to use about 1/4 teaspoon of the allspice. You want to do that because allspice is extremely strong and it's going to overpower everything. So let's start off by adding our teaspoon of ground cinnamon and our 1/4 teaspoon of our allspice mix. Next up is going to be our maple syrup. Of course, I'm Canadian, so we're using maple syrup. And I'm only going to throw in about 1 tablespoon's worth because my wife won't let me throw in any more than that. And on goes the lid. And away we go. So here's how we're going to do this. All we're going to do is we're going to hit the pressure cook button, just like this. And we're going to set it to 5 minutes on high, push the on or the start button, and away we go. It's as simple as that. Okay, so the Vitamix version, exact same recipe. Got my 4 apples cut up right here. We're going to dump those in. Special note is I did cut the pieces just a tiny bit smaller than I did for the Instant Pot version. It just makes it easier. Got our lemon, throw that in there. We're not using a full teaspoon of cinnamon in this. We're going to use 1/2 teaspoon, like so. Same goes for the allspice mixture. We're going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is still a quarter, but I'm just going to throw in a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit, like that. Boop. And when my wife's not looking, maybe I'll add in the full tablespoon of this. That's impossible because she's holding the camera. 1/2 tablespoon. Is that okay with you? Mm-hmm. Fine? Oh. Here we go. And yes, like the Instant Pot version, we are going to add in a little bit of water too. 1/2 cup of water is going to go in just to help things get mixed around a little better. Put on your lid. This is called a tamper stick. You probably have one with your Vitamix, had no idea what it was for, and you threw it in the drawer somewhere and forgot about it. But for things like this, you might need this. So what you need to know is you take off this center part of the lid, and you put that in there. That's not going to touch the blade now. Don't do this, because you're going to chew this up, and that's going to be part of your applesauce. So use your brain. The Lord hath given you one, so use it. Keep the lid on, like so. And because this is applesauce, this is not a smoothie we're making. We're not going to use full power. We're going to use half the power. So we're going to start on speed number 1. Right there. We're going to hit the start button, and we're going to increase it up to number 5. That's all we're going to do. We're going to mash it around until it starts moving on its own. Put this little cap back on. Let it go for about 30 seconds, and we're done. Very simple. Let's give her a go. Okay, that was about 30 seconds. Have a look at this. Look at the inside. Doesn't that look amazing? And look, my Instant Pot hasn't even really started to go yet. Even though I set it for 5 minutes, it's got to develop pressure. This is looking pretty nice. Now, if you want it smoother than this, totally fine. Just throw the lid back on, push start again. Increase it a little bit higher, and there you go. Now you're going to have a little bit smoother of an applesauce. That makes sense? I hope so. See, now when you look at it, now it looks a little bit smoother than it did before. So I increased the speed, and there you go. Are you ready to see what this looks like? I can't wait. Let's undo this. Ooh, baby. Oh, my glasses fogged up. Holy smokes. I'm telling you right now, if you could smell how good this smells right now, my goodness, are you going to want to make this all the time. If you got baby food. If you're a giant baby like me, part of your lunch. This is going to be great. Now we're just going to put this into the Vitamix, blitz it up kind of like we did the other one, and then we do the taste test. Stay tuned for that because I am excited. Have a look at that. That's a thing of beauty. See the inside? Whew! That thing blitzed up. I don't think there's a single chunk in there, that's for sure. Let's pour this out. Ooh, it smells good. Now, I didn't show this part, but remember, add a little pinch of salt to each of them because that helps to bring out the sweetness a little bit better. And, I forgot to do it. I'm sure it'll still be great. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we're going to try the Instant Pot one first. And you can see just by looking at it and the viscosity of it, that's a fancy word, viscosity, that it is a lot more runny, more kind of like baby food than anything. To be fair, I let it cool in the refrigerator for about a half hour or so because I didn't want it to be hot eating it. And, to give it a fair shot against what I already know, which is the raw Vitamix one. So, without further ado, I almost feel like a big baby. Okay, pros and cons. The pro is I know that cooked applesauce is going to last longer in your fridge. Probably about 7 to 10 days is what we Googled. And the other thing is that the smell in the house smells like a cooked apple pie. So who doesn't love that? That's another big positive right there. I do like the texture of it being really smooth like this. But another big positive is that you can make so much more in the Instant Pot than you can in the Vitamix because you're limited to, you know, just a certain amount. So those are good things. The con, I would say, with cooked applesauce, if you like more texture, there's really not much more way to get more texture unless you just use like a potato masher or something and gives it more body that way. But then you're chewing on pieces of skin and all that stuff. I don't know. Not my cup of tea personally. The other thing is that you're losing a lot of nutritional value by cooking it like that. Even though it was only 5 minutes in a pressure cooker, that pressure cooker is getting up to a couple hundred degrees and basically just destroying most of the nutritional value in this food. So, you know, if you don't care about that kind of thing, whatever, this is glorious. And this is a great, healthier snack than eating a granola bar or something like that. So the other con I would say is that it takes a little bit longer to clean up because now you've got the whole Instant Pot to clean up. You got to clean up the stainless steel bowl, and then you got to clean the lid and let it all dry. And, you know, it's just kind of a thing, you know, you gotta use your sink and all that jazz. Whereas with the Vitamix, you know, you just rinse out the container and you're done. So it's way easier. So let's give the Vitamix one a try now, just because I know that one's gonna be good too, because I've had this one before. So we got the Vitamix one, and again, as you can see, this almost splattered on me. This one has a lot more of that traditional applesauce kind of a texture. I really, really love that. And again, with the Vitamix, you can adjust the speed, make it smoother if you want it to be more like baby food, but sometimes I like a little body, not like a little body, like someone's body in here. I just mean body to the food. Screw it, I'm just gonna eat it, sorry. Okay, well, that feels a heck of a lot more bright and alive, if you will. Does that make sense? Has that traditional applesauce kind of texture, so you can chew it a little bit. Doesn't feel like baby food. If you don't like that kind of a texture, maybe make you gag or something. This will be more traditional, and it feels alive. It just feels like it's awake. But if it's like a cold, rainy, crappy day, having the Instant Pot one is gonna make you feel cozy and warm. You can eat it warm too, and it's gonna warm the cockles of your heart, if that's a thing. I don't know. Am I even saying that right? What is a cockle? Anyways, this, something great for bringing to lunch if you're gonna have it for breakfast or something like that. Has a lot of body. However, the cons is you can only keep this in the refrigerator for, what was it, 2 to 3 days? That's about it. And the reason for that is because it's oxidizing, it's raw. So it's just, you gotta eat it quick. Now, will you be able to eat this quick? 100% you will be able to, because honestly, it's so good, you'll probably eat the entire bowl before it even hits the fridge. So, is that a con? Nah, you know, but the other cons would be that you don't smell apple pie or cinnamon or whatever floating around throughout your house. It just raw apples and cinnamon and all that other jazz. So is it good? It's amazing. Which one do I prefer? Honestly, and I didn't think this was going to be the case because I love cooked apples and apple pie and stuff, I'm still a Vitamix fan. Honestly, I thought for sure, because I love the texture of the Instant Pot one, but the Vitamix one just has that texture that I'm used to. It reminds me of a store-bought one, but tastes way, way better. So that's my verdict. So if you'd like a really good like middle ground where you don't want to lose all the nutrients, but you still want it to be kind of warm, mix it all in the Vitamix first, then just saute it in like a pan for a few minutes so it heats it up a little bit, and you still maintain most of the nutrients, and it'll last longer in the fridge. But then you're dirtying pans and all these other kinds of things. So, you know, take your pick. You choose. Tell me, make a comment down below. Tell me which one you've made, or if you do decide to make these, tell me which one you preferred, and let's have a conversation about it.